Hello, my name is Melanie Wesley and welcome to the Salon Social Podcast. On today's episode, we are joined by Kashana Hale, owner of Beauty by Kash and the CEO of Be Wealthy. In this conversation, Kash discusses her journey in the beauty industry and the importance of focusing on healthy hair and wellness. She emphasizes the connection between internal health and external appearance and how she helps her clients address scalp issues and hair loss. Kash also highlights the importance of diet and lifestyle in maintaining a healthy head of hair, particularly for women going through menopause. I share my personal experience with Graves' disease and the dietary changes I made to improve my health in this conversation. Kash shares her personal experience of transitioning to a plant-based diet and the positive impact it had on her hair and her overall health. We emphasize the holistic approach to healthcare, including nutrition, exercise, sleep, meditation, and your mental well-being. We also highlight the importance of hairstylists creating a positive and nurturing environment for their clients and the direct connection between diet, lifestyle, and healthy hair. Kash is more than just a hairstylist. She is also a wellness coach, personal trainer, certified hair loss specialist, and a mindfulness teacher. I hope you can find key takeaways from my conversation with Kash, and I am forever grateful to you for lending me your ear. Until next time, be good, be true, be you.
I'm still young. I don't want to be waking up to no achy bones. I don't want to do that. So it really does take like the courage and just making a decision to just change your diet, change your lifestyle. And I've seen clients where, we've been seeing each other for years, and then all of a sudden, like you said, you start seeing the crown thinning out. And I see a lot of clients with locks. And so I will see where the hair around the lock will start to be, it'll start breaking off. And that's like the first sign to me, like what's really going on here? And, not everyone's comfortable in expressing what they're on and what medications they're taking because, I don't know. I guess they feel like you'll know what they're battling and maybe they don't want to express that to people yet, but I'm always like on it. And I'm not a dermatologist. I'm not a trichologist or anything. So I just have the experience of seeing different heads of hair and scalp and know the signs when it happens. So I always refer them to a dermatologist because at that point you really need to go to someone that specializes in that. And I love the trichology thing. I thought about doing trichology for a while, but I never pursued it. But find a specialist that specializes in whatever issue you're having. Make sure you address it right away because the longer you wait, the worse it'll get. So I just love that you're taking that type of approach when it comes to hairstyling. And I think hairstylists are what's the word? I just feel like our career is kind of looked down on a little. And I just think it's time for us to really understand the value that we bring to people's lives and then, act accordingly. Yeah. Because it's a privilege to have someone sit in your chair, right? It's not, we shouldn't just look at it as like, I'm just going to get this money. And no, if you're looking to stay in this business long term, doing all the things that we just talk about, it's imperative. We have to really take our time to find out what our clients' needs are, educate ourselves on those needs, and then provide the best service that we can to our people. And they will love you. That alone will pay for tenfolds. Because then you're standing out from the crowd. You're different. Yeah. Right? They'll notice that she's not, like you said, she's not just a hairstylist. She knows what she's talking about. She's really trying to get me right. She's trying to educate me on what's going on in my hair and my diet. Not everybody does that. So kudos to you. So I mean, nutrition is definitely a huge factor in healthy hair. And that's ultimately the goal that everyone wants, is healthy hair. And then once you change your diet, you'll see all of those benefits popping out. Your hair is going to get thicker. It's going to start getting longer. It'll have a nicer shine. Your styles will hold better. Like now you can get the color that you said you wanted when before your hair was a mess.
Now I can keep this hair growing on your head with color.
Right, exactly. Now we can talk about bleach and all of that. Like I remember when a long time ago, before I started doing hair, I just gone natural and I wanted color so bad. I was like, well, I want to get some color. And I went to the stylist and I was like, I want to get some color. I think it required bleach. And she looked at my hair and she looked at me and she goes, I'm not doing your hair. I'm not putting no color in your hair. I was like, what? What do you mean you're not putting color? I'm going to pay for you. I'm paying for my color. What's the problem? She's like, your hair is beautiful. Your hair is healthy. You have grown it out so nice. I am not putting any bleach in your hair because I don't want any, your hair to fall out or anything to happen, because you have done such a good job in growing it out natural. Like, let it be. And I was just like, did she really just, she just already fired me? She don't want my money. Like, but years later, I look back and I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate her for doing that, because one thing I know now, hair and bleach and me are not friends. We're just not friends. Like every time I tried to bleach my hair, it just fell out. Like it thinned out, it fell out. It just wasn't, you look good at first, but then, you look up, 3 months later and it's dry and brittle and breaking. I'm good. So I really appreciate someone like her. And I would refer people to her time and time again, because that's a person who cares about your hair. So what are some of the holistic approaches that you feel that are or natural remedies that can really help promote hair growth? Like, what are some of the things that you tell your people when you're trying to kind of get them on that healthy hair journey?
Yeah, I actually tell them to, as far as like making a lifestyle change as far as their diet, I would tell them to look into juicing.
Mhm.
Tell them smoothies are good, but really look at the benefits of juicing. I don't care if it's like, half the day or, whatever, just really detox your body from all
Yeah.
the foods that you've been eating. And then also, like I think you mentioned it before, being mindful of what you're eating. How do you feel when you eat something?
Yes.
Tired. Like food is not supposed to make you tired. Food is not supposed to make you all lethargic. Food is not supposed to have you bloated. Food, like, so just being mindful of that, because I think a lot of times growing up as a kid, you eat and you sleep. Like that was the thing,
I mean,
and so,
we got a whole phrase around it in our community.
yeah,
Like, we gotta say what it is. You know what I mean?
so yeah, just incorporating that. I know people see me running now. I'm like, I don't know what happened. I turned 40 and started wanting to run, but
Oh wow.
but I've always stayed in the gym, like military as well. So gym is life for me. But and they see that and they're like, oh, I can't go to the gym. I don't like to go to the gym. It's too many people. I don't like to run. I'm like, but go for a walk. Like you
Yeah.
don't even need to go to the gym. I said we have so many things on YouTube, social media,
Yeah.
women or people giving little exercise tips. I said, just try 20 minutes a day, 20 to 30 minutes, a day, 4 days a week. And do little things like that to incorporate into your life. Um, and so I think sometimes we make excuses on what we can't do, and we're not even willing to do it. Like we haven't even tried to do. We haven't even tried.
Right.
We'll walk to a restaurant and go to a brunch, or we'll walk and go have a girls' day, or walk. We do other things of that nature. But what are you doing to better yourself? Like I said, how are you feeling? Getting off social media. People don't realize, you know, watching social media all day or having your phone all day in your hand, glued to this phone. And then now I have a lot of clients like, oh, I can't go to sleep, and I'll ask
Yeah.
them, so what do you do before you go to sleep? Oh, I'm watching whatever. I'm watching this movie, but that's not relaxing. That's not going to ease your mind and calm your mind for you to go to sleep. Or if you are sleeping, are you resting? Do you wake up tired? So you have to learn to put electronics down, because all of these can affect your hair. Like what you're looking at, what you're watching, what you're eating, all the things can affect the hair growth. And I don't think a lot of times clients hear me saying that, but they don't realize it until sometimes it's too late. I
Mhm.
have a client that was not, she wasn't on any medication through the years I've been doing her hair. And then all of a sudden she got on diabetic medication. And so I just gave her some coping mechanism. I said, you need to start walking. I told her to start juicing. I said, I'm not saying I'm not a doctor whatsoever, but these are some things that you can incorporate. I said, but try to wake up in the morning and set a great tone for your day.
Mhm.
Like for 10 minutes, maybe meditate, pray,
Yeah.
just do not reach for your phone. Do not check your emails. Do not turn on the news because I know some people are like, well, I like to watch the weather. Well, you're watching all the other things too.
Yes.
The weather on your phone and look at the app and then click off. But if
Yeah.
the news is still on, like all the things, that's not going to cause you to have a great day. And so now
Yeah.
you're stressed throughout the day. So you have to set a great tone and then also having a gratitude log, like being grateful, things of that nature. And so I try to come up with a plan on the wellness side. I try to come up with a plan for them to have just to do something every day. And let's take it one day at a time. Don't even look to day 5 yet. Let's focus on today because we don't even know if we're gonna make it to tomorrow, right? So let's
I love that. I love that you create a wellness plan for your clients.
just and this is the wellness side. Now I
Yeah.
may not go into detail in the salon because I try to get them to book on the
Yeah.
wellness. It's kind of hard because I've been with these clients for like some 10 plus years. So it's like, wait a minute, I got to pay for another service. So
Right.
they all this free things, free stuff for free, all these years. But I do tell them a little things to do to help them try to get off
Yeah.
the medication. And then because you just never know. I've hear stories where somebody, and even for you, someone changed their lifestyle and they're off the medication. So you just have to be willing to do it because they see like menopause is no joke. Like I'm 10 years in, I'm postmenopausal now, but I was 10 years in, and I don't know if it's a discipline in me from the military, but once I started educating myself on, I did get a coach as well. And
Mhm.
once she started teaching me how to love my body, what I was putting in my body, I went plant based. Once I started seeing videos and reading books, I was like, well, let me try this plant based thing because I had no clue what juicing was.
Yeah.
So once I start introducing, and I would say, and I'm not even going to lie, I would say the first 3 days of juicing, completely juicing, I might eat a little nuts here and there,
Yeah.
have one hot flash. And when that
Wow.
I was like, this is what I'm going to do. I said, I just don't like the feeling of hot flash. I don't like the feeling of being tired because I wasn't used to that. I was used to like going. And
Mhm.
so I was like, if this is what I have to do for the rest of my life, I will do it. And so if I felt, I really, to be honest, my coach told me at the time, she said, you were really being bullied. And I didn't see it as that at first because people will look at me like, oh, you're not going to eat that? Oh, why are you
Oh
eating?
yeah.
You have meat on your plate. You're not gonna eat like it was just so much. Even from some family members, they would just be like, "Oh, here she come with her salad. Don't come in here talking about."
Mhm.
Like I'm not even saying anything. I'm doing this for me, you
For
know.
me.
Yeah, and now, all these years later, I see them gradually changing. I've seen people reach out to me like, "You have some juice recipes," and I'm like, "Well, you're the main person talking
Uh-huh.
my plate.
Uh-huh.
I'm not a person, so of course I'm going to give them, some tools.
Yeah.
But yes, I really had to start incorporating a lot of things in my lifestyle. And once I did that, because I have a program as well as 21 days of alignment through my wellness. I did not do it this year because I felt like I wasn't well enough to do it. And I know
Yeah.
myself, I want to make sure I'm well in order to coach people. So I have not
Mhm.
coached anyone this year, only, been doing the postpartum thing. But next year I'm going to get back on coaching because so many women need it and so many women are
Yes.
menopause right now are perimenopausal, and I feel like the alignment program is actually a guide for them to connect their mind body and soul, and just a guide and give them some tools in order for it's only 21 days, but these tools they can carry with them and incorporate through their daily routine. And so
Yeah.
yeah, so I really believe that just giving the clients just this little bit of information while they're in here for maybe an hour or so, and it's up to
Yeah.
them to use it or not. Because I had a client that asked me what I did when menopause started, I said, well, I had to cut out dairy and I did processed foods. I cut out all of that. She was like, well, my doctor's going to give me medication, so I'll just stick with that because I want to eat what I want to eat. And I'm like, by all means, do whatever.
Yeah.
I did not want to be on anybody's medication. And I did supplements, but I was not on medication for menopause. And so what I see now is they're advertising, at least for me, I see it a lot more. They're advertising menopause now and they're talking about it. But they're also talking about medication. And I'm like, oh, I just pray one day we will talk about diet and lifestyle change, instead of medication. And I'm not downing medication because medication is
it's life changing. Yeah, in some places.
because if I would have had to get on, I would have gotten on the medication. But for me, my lifestyle change, I try not to stress. Yes, I do have stressful moments because life be lifing, but I like to be still. And I like to just, be by myself. I love nature. I love running. Running is just like a therapy for me now.
Yeah.
And doing those things, I can hear more from God. I can get guided. And then I can rest from all the chaos that's going on in the world. And so, so some clients just be so busy to where they just can't.
Yeah. There's a lot of noise. There's a lot of noise outside of your daily routine. There's a lot of distractions. Say that again.
I was saying I don't have kids either, so I know a lot of times, as far as women, they take care of so many different things, from the husband to the kids to maybe their parents, and I totally get it. I had to take care of my mom last year, so I can kind of empathize with women as far as that nature, but. I just really, that's why my program is so important because it gives them a time to put themselves first. Yes, I know you have all these things that you have to take care of, but if you don't fill your cup up, you might have.
How can you pour? How can you then pour? Same thing for you as the stylist and hairstylists out there. Like, it's so important for us to really address our mental health and all of the things that you talked about, like diet and meditation and just being still. If we're always running, going all the time, and when your client comes, like, now you short-tempered, you're not as friendly as you may have been because you're just running on E at that point. So I just discovered meditation. Like, I've always known about meditation, but like I always felt like I did it wrong. But I started talking to a life coach, and she really helped me to see there's really no wrong way to do meditation. It's just really sitting still and like slowing things down, slowing down your breath, just paying attention to that, just really being still in the moment, allowing space to just be, right? And not have all of that other stuff. So when I tell you I saw a change in myself when I started to meditate, like in the way I reacted to my children was because I always call myself, I was a yellow. I have a son who's 22, and then I had a second set of kids who are like 9 and 7. But like that first child, oh my goodness, girl, everything was and thank goodness once I met my husband, he's a lot more patient, and he's really taught me a lot about patience. But that meditation took it over the top. Like that really kind of started to calm my spirit and just the way that I reacted to things that and you can't control everything. So like you can only control yourself and the way you react to it. So I really noticed that I was a lot calmer. I wasn't as stressed. I kind of just had a positive outlook on things, a more positive outlook on things. It really like completely changed me. And I'm just like, what?
Who is this?
This little bitty practice every day. It was amazing. So I think everybody should, even if you don't want to call it meditation, like you said, maybe you just take the time and pray, or read a motivational, something, or anything that's gonna pour into you.
You don't have to like do this full on practice. Just learn how to be still and put your phone down, turn the TV off, and take 5 minutes just to be still. And actually, in my 21 Days of Alignment program, I actually implement that because we're in a group setting through a group app, and I I'm working, but at noon or maybe around 1 o'clock, I said, okay, take 5 minutes to pause and be still. Whatever you're doing,
Yeah.
and drink your water. And
I love that. Yes, that's important. I love that you set a schedule for yourself. Like, okay, every day, just like we schedule our appointments, we schedule our doctor's appointments, we schedule time with girlfriends. We have to schedule time with us and God and stillness. I think that's because it really does have an impact on your mental health, right?
That's what diet as well, like the foods that we eat. So if you're constantly eating processed foods and fried foods and all the unhealthy things, it affects your mood because I know you mentioned that as well, the mood. And so if you're not getting enough sleep, if your diet is bad, if you're constantly on social media, if you're doing all these things, how
Yeah.
do you expect yourself to show up for people, especially
Yeah.
as a hairstylist? And I hear from new clients who come to me and they tell me all the bad experiences they have with other hairstylists. And then when they come to me and see that I'm very structured, I have great time management, it's one-on-one, like there's no other person in here with you, like we're just in here relaxing. They're just so amazed and they're like, is this
Yes.
like I've never had this experience in my 20 years of life? And I'm like,
Yes.
that's just not good because I don't want you to come to the salon think you're just getting your hair done. This is a whole experience. So
Exactly.
at threshold, I want you, like I've had clients like when I cross the threshold, I feel like a different spirit in here.
Yes.
But it also starts with me. Like I'm not gonna
Hmm.
to get here, like, and I'm very my time management is on point. Plus I was mentioning
Yes.
structure, but I'm not rushing to get here. I don't want you walking in with clients. Like I'm gonna be here setting up, getting my mind,
Yes.
praying, and just anybody who comes in here because sometimes we have emotional sessions in here. We're not just doing hair. Like clients come in here and I had a new client. I know we're getting off subject right here, but I will never forget I had a new client just met me, like she got referred to me and she was dealing with so much and she started crying. I'm like, did I do
Mm.
something? Like, did I comb your hair wrong? And she was like, no, I just feel like I can cry and share something with you.
Yes. She felt safe in your space.
Definitely shared. And we both cried in here. And then I had more clients to come. So I had to make sure I was straight for the next because I didn't want to give that energy to.
Oh, yes. Yes. Absolutely.
So I had to really get myself together. And then even when I'm in here, once I have a whole day, I actually sit here and just be still because I
Yeah.
don't take this energy home.
Home.
So it's a whole I think like you said, a stylist, we wear many hats and we go through
We
a
do.
lot and we carry or we deal with a lot of emotion and different energies. So it's so important that we're okay. So we won't take it out to this world and not, and kind of screw all that energy towards somebody else. And it's
I
so
agree.
that's why I felt that I need to get a certification in emotional intelligence because I also teach my clients to pause and pray. Like, don't keep reacting from your emotions. Just remember to pause because you get all out of whack. And once you pause, you can actually think clearer. And then now you can react.
Yes. Yes.
Tools, that I give out to my clients. Like I have another one say control the controllables. And I'm like, if you can't control that, girl, you got to let it go. And so with some clients, like, I did your thing. I said, control the controllables. If I can't control this, I need to let it go. And I said, yes. I said, it just makes you don't have to go around and be mad and angry and all the things. But it's like I said, it's a lifestyle change.
Yeah, I love that. I commend you for your approach when it comes to your business and your clients. Like I love hearing you tell your story, and I just hope that by us having this conversation it can really help someone else to see like it doesn't have to be the old way. Like you can really like change how people see this industry and how people how people feel about hairstyles because we are like multifaceted. Like yes, we have this skill, but it's more than just this skill because you know how clients come, they just sit in their chair and they're like, unload. Oh, child, I can't wait to get here. And they just unload. And that's great because,
we're unloading too. It's reciprocal. Like we talk, especially when you know them. Like, yeah, girl, let me tell you what's going on. Oh my goodness, since you came, whatever. But like the approach that you take, where it's like, yes, we can do that, but let's also like just take our time. Let's be still. Let's meditate. Let's focus on the things that we can't control, our diet and what we eat and our, lifestyle. And then it just makes for a whole person. Like it just makes for someone to really, just be open to all of the good things. And then people are attracted to that. But that's why you're busy and people love you, and you have clients that come again and again and again because they're attracted to that and they want that. They want a piece of that. Like how come she's always so calm and so happy, and why is she always smiling? What the hell is she smiling about? But like you've taken the time to put into that work into yourself, and then now you can pour into them. And I think people appreciate that a lot. And I appreciate you for taking the time to have this conversation. I just love what you're doing. I just hope that, like I said, I really hope this can help someone else to see, like, it doesn't have to be sit in the salon for 8 hours, or, you go to a stylist and she got an attitude or whatever. All the stories that you hear about. I've heard so many. That was the driving factor with me wanting to start this thing. Because it's like, this can't be real. Like, how are these people staying in business? How are they doing it? I don't know. But I commend stylists like you, and I hope more people can take from your example and take the same approach that you're taking, because I think it's the only way to create longevity for yourself in this business.
Yeah.
Right? So, but anyway, it's been a pleasure chatting. I know I'm trying to stay on time. I'm also a stickler on time too, because I know we got things to do, and I respect your time, and I respect you. I appreciate you for taking the time to sit with me. And I would love for us to continue to have this conversation, because I know an hour is not a long time to talk about it, because there's so many other things we could have gone into in this conversation. So please, anytime you want to come back on, please let me know. I will make the time for us to continue this conversation. Huh? Part two, right, exactly. But again, thank you so much for joining me on the Salon Social Podcast. And until then, please take care and be good, okay?
All right, thank you for having me,
Kash. You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Salon Social Podcast. I hope you enjoyed the conversation and that you can join us again next week as we continue to dig into the business of salon business. You can find these episodes and more streaming on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, as well as social media platforms like Instagram and TikTok. Follow us at Salon Experience Consultant and Salon Social Podcast. Like, share, and subscribe to stay in the know.